There is a power within you, gentle yet mighty, always guiding, always available. It whispers in moments of stillness, nudges you toward peace, and opens doors when you least expect it. This power is grace, the divine flow that leads you to breakthroughs, healing, and a deeper connection with life itself. Yet so many of us resist it without realizing it. We struggle, we doubt, we hold on to pain that keeps us trapped in old cycles. But grace is patient. It waits for us to soften, to trust, to surrender to its wisdom. Have you ever noticed that the more you force something, the more it seems to resist? It's like trying to push a river instead of allowing it to carry you. Life is meant to flow, and grace is the invisible current that carries you toward your highest good, if only you let it. But how do you do that? How do you invite grace into your life when your heart feels heavy, when your mind is filled with worry, when fear keeps you clinging to what you've outgrown? It begins with a shift in perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is life trying to teach me?" Every challenge holds a lesson. Every delay has a purpose. Every disappointment is making space for something greater. When you stop resisting and start trusting, you align yourself with grace. And in that alignment, miracles unfold. Right now, take a deep breath. Feel your body soften. Let go of any tension you've been holding. Close your eyes for a moment and say to yourself, "I welcome grace into my life with an open heart." Say it again, and this time, feel the truth of it. Grace is already here. It has never left you. The only thing that needs to change is your willingness to receive it. Grace is not something you earn. It is not reserved for a special few. It is not distant or difficult to access. Grace is always present, always available, always reaching for you, no matter where you are in life. It is the divine hand that steadies you when you feel like falling. The quiet reassurance that tells you everything is going to be okay. It is the sudden clarity that arrives in moments of doubt, the synchronicities that remind you that you are never alone. Think of grace like the air you breathe. You don't have to chase it or struggle for it. It is already here, supporting you, surrounding you. The only thing you need to do is open yourself to it. The problem is, most people spend their lives blocking grace without even realizing it. How? Through worry, through control, through fear, through the belief that they must figure everything out on their own. Imagine a clenched fist holding tightly onto something. That is how many of us live, gripping tightly to old fears, old pain, old beliefs that no longer serve us. But grace cannot flow into a closed hand. It can only enter an open palm, a heart that is willing to receive. So today, I invite you to ask yourself, what am I holding on to that is keeping me from receiving grace? Is it the fear of uncertainty? The need to control everything? The belief that life is against you rather than for you? Whatever it is, gently acknowledge it. Bring it into your awareness without judgment. And then, let it go. Say to yourself, I open my heart to grace. I trust that I am always guided and supported. Each time you feel yourself resisting, doubting, or trying to control something beyond your reach, return to this affirmation. Speak it, write it, feel it, because grace is already working in your life in ways you cannot yet see. There is a beautiful paradox in life. The more you fight, the more you suffer. The more you surrender, the more you receive. But surrender is often misunderstood. It is not giving up. It is not weakness. It is the deepest act of trust. It is saying, I do not need to have all the answers right now. I trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should. Many people spend their lives in resistance, resisting change, resisting uncertainty, resisting the very blessings that are trying to enter. But resistance is exhausting. It drains your energy, keeps you stuck, and blinds you to the opportunities that are right in front of you. Think of a river. Water does not fight to move forward, it simply flows. If there is a rock in its path, it does not resist, it finds a way around it. This is how life is meant to be. But when we resist, we create unnecessary struggle. We cling to what is familiar, even when it no longer serves us. We hold on to pain, reliving old wounds over and over again. We refuse to let go, fearing that if we do, we will lose control. But the truth is, control is an illusion. The more you try to control everything, the more you suffer. What would happen if you simply let go? What if, instead of forcing an answer, you trusted that the right one would come? What if, instead of trying to push forward, you allowed yourself to be carried? This is the power of surrender. It is not passive. It is powerful. It is an act of courage. If you find yourself in a season of struggle, ask yourself, what am I resisting? What am I afraid to release? Then take a deep breath and affirm, I release control and allow grace to guide me. Say it again, and this time, feel the weight lifting from your shoulders. You do not have to carry everything alone. You do not have to force things to happen. Life is already leading you exactly where you need to go. As you practice surrender, you will notice something remarkable. Doors that once seemed closed will begin to open. Answers that once felt out of reach will suddenly appear. Opportunities will flow effortlessly into your life, not because you chased them, but because you made space for them. Surrender is the gateway to grace. The more you trust, the more life surprises you in beautiful ways. So, take a deep breath, soften your heart, and repeat after me. I trust in the divine flow of life. I release struggle and embrace peace. And in doing so, you will find that grace has been waiting for you all along. There is no greater act of self-love than forgiveness. And yet, for many, forgiveness feels like the hardest thing to do. Why? Because we misunderstand what it truly means. Many believe that to forgive is to condone, to excuse, to allow pain to continue. But that is not forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you. It is about setting yourself free. Imagine carrying a heavy bag filled with stones. Each stone represents resentment, anger, betrayal, or an old wound you refuse to let go of. The longer you carry it, the heavier it becomes. Your back aches, your spirit tires, and yet you continue holding on to it, believing that it protects you. But in reality, it only burdens you. Now imagine setting that bag down. Feel the relief, the lightness, the freedom. That is what forgiveness does. It lifts the weight of the past so that you can walk forward unburdened. But how do you forgive when the pain runs deep? How do you release what feels impossible to let go of? You start by understanding that forgiveness is not a one-time act. It is a practice, a choice you make over and over again until the wound no longer controls you. Begin by acknowledging your pain. Do not suppress it. Do not ignore it. Honor it, but do not let it define you. Then ask yourself, what is this pain teaching me? What lesson is hidden in this experience? Perhaps it is teaching you strength. Perhaps it is guiding you to set boundaries. Perhaps it is showing you how deeply you deserve love. Once you recognize the lesson, speak these words. I forgive because I deserve peace. I set myself free from the weight of the past. Repeat it as many times as you need. Some wounds will take longer to heal than others. That's okay. What matters is your willingness to heal. And do not forget, forgiveness is also for yourself. We are often hardest on ourselves, holding on to guilt, punishing ourselves for mistakes, believing we are unworthy of love because of past choices. But you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are a soul growing, evolving, learning. Look into the mirror and say, I forgive myself. I am worthy of love, healing, and grace. Feel the power of these words. Let them sink into your heart. The moment you forgive, you open the door for grace to flow freely into your life. You make space for love, for peace, for joy. And most importantly, you reclaim your power. Your thoughts shape your reality. What you believe, you create. If you constantly tell yourself that life is hard, that you are unlucky, that things never go your way, then that is exactly what you will experience. But if you shift your thoughts, if you begin to affirm that life supports you, that you are worthy of blessings, that grace is always guiding you, then everything changes. Think of your mind like a garden. Every thought is a seed. Some seeds grow flowers of love, joy, and abundance. Others grow weeds of fear, doubt, and limitation. The question is, what are you planting? Are you watering the weeds of negativity, or are you nurturing the seeds of possibility? One of the most powerful ways to align with grace is to become aware of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the words you say to yourself. Are they kind? Are they empowering? Or are they filled with fear and self-doubt? If you catch yourself thinking, I am not good enough, gently replace it with, I am more than enough. I am worthy of all that is good. One of the most effective practices for shifting thought patterns is mirror work, looking into your own eyes and affirming love and worthiness. Stand in front of a mirror, place your hand on your heart and say, I trust in life. I trust in myself. I am exactly where I need to be. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. Your mind may resist, but the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Over time, these words become truth. They rewire your mind, changing the way you see yourself and the world around you. Your thoughts have the power to open doors or build walls. They can lead you toward grace or keep you in struggle. Choose wisely. Choose thoughts that empower you, uplift you, and remind you of the infinite love that surrounds you. Every time you catch yourself in doubt, pause and say, I am open to grace. Life is always working in my favor. And in doing so, you will begin to see the world shift in beautiful, unexpected ways. Gratitude is the key that unlocks abundance. It is the bridge that connects you to grace. When you focus on what is missing, you create more lack. But when you focus on what you already have, you invite more blessings into your life. Most people wait for something big to happen before they feel grateful. They believe that once they achieve their dream, find the perfect relationship, or receive what they desire, then they will finally be happy. But gratitude does not work that way. It is not about waiting for life to be perfect. It is about recognizing the beauty and blessings that already exist. Right now, take a deep breath and look around you. What do you have in this moment that you can be grateful for? Maybe it is the warmth of the sun on your skin. Maybe it is the comfort of a safe space. Maybe it is the simple fact that you are here, alive, breathing. These moments, however small, are filled with grace. One of the most powerful practices you can develop is a morning gratitude ritual. Each morning, before you reach for your phone, before you think about what needs to be done, take a moment to say, "Thank you." List 3 things you are grateful for, either silently or in a journal. Try this. Every morning, before getting out of bed, place your hand on your heart and say, "I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for the love in my life. I am grateful for the opportunities that await me." And at night, reflect on the moments of grace you experienced. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe a small synchronicity reminded you that you are on the right path. The more you acknowledge these moments, the more they multiply. Gratitude is not just a practice, it is a way of living. When you train your mind to focus on what is good, you begin to see that grace is everywhere. You stop waiting for miracles and start recognizing that they are happening all the time. And when life feels difficult, when challenges arise, gratitude becomes your anchor. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" you say, "What is this teaching me?" Even in hardship, there is a hidden blessing. Even in struggle, grace is at work. So take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and affirm, "I am grateful for all that I have, and I trust that even more is on its way." This is the energy of grace. The more you give thanks, the more life gives you to be thankful for. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to grace. It keeps us stuck in hesitation, worrying about the future, questioning every decision. Doubt whispers, "What if it doesn't work out? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I am not good enough?" But grace does not flow through fear. It flows through trust. Think of a child learning to walk. They take a step, they stumble, they fall, but they do not stop trying. They do not doubt themselves. They trust that with each step, they are getting stronger. They trust in the process, even though they do not yet see the result. This is the kind of trust we must develop in life. When you are in the middle of a challenge, it is easy to think that things will never change. But what if right now, life is aligning everything perfectly for you? What if your delays are actually divine timing? What if your struggles are leading you to something far greater than you ever imagined? Right now, take a deep breath and remind yourself, "I trust in life. I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good." Repeat this whenever fear creeps in. Let it become your foundation. Fear will tell you that you need all the answers before you can move forward. But grace asks you to take the first step in faith, to trust that the path will reveal itself as you walk it, to believe that no matter what happens, you are always guided, always supported, always exactly where you need to be. The next time doubt tries to pull you back, pause and ask yourself, what if everything is actually working in my favor? What if grace is already clearing the path ahead? When you shift your focus from fear to faith, you will begin to see signs, synchronicities, and miracles all around you. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust that grace is always leading you home. Breakthroughs do not come from force. They come from alignment. The more you chase something, the more it seems to slip away. But when you align with grace, when you trust, when you surrender, everything begins to flow effortlessly. Manifesting a breakthrough is not about struggling or begging for change. It is about becoming a match for the life you desire. It is about embodying the energy of what you wish to attract. If you want love, become love. Speak words of kindness. Extend compassion. Treat yourself with gentleness. If you want abundance, feel abundant now. Express gratitude. Give freely. Trust that more is always coming. If you want clarity, create stillness. Spend time in silence. Listen to your intuition. Allow guidance to arise naturally. A powerful way to invite divine guidance into your life is through intention setting. Each morning, before you start your day, place your hand on your heart and say, "I am open to receiving guidance today. I trust that life will show me the way." Then, let go. Do not overthink. Do not try to force an answer. Just move through your day with an open heart and notice what unfolds. Perhaps you will hear a conversation that gives you insight. Perhaps a book will fall into your hands at the perfect moment. Perhaps an opportunity will appear just when you need it. This is grace in action. The more you trust, the more breakthroughs you will experience. Manifestation is not magic. It is a deep understanding that what you focus on expands. If you focus on lack, you receive more lack. If you focus on grace, you receive more grace. So take a deep breath and affirm, "I am open to divine guidance. I trust that my breakthrough is already on its way." And then, allow life to surprise you. Grace is not something that happens once. It is not an occasional miracle or a rare moment of luck. Grace is a way of life. It is something you cultivate daily through your thoughts, your words, your actions. To live in flow with grace means to trust, to let go, to surrender to the natural rhythm of life. It means releasing the need to control and instead embracing the beauty of the unknown. One of the simplest ways to practice this is to slow down. Most people rush through life, always thinking about the next thing, always caught up in doing. But grace is found in the present moment. When you slow down, when you breathe deeply, when you take the time to notice the beauty around you, you align with grace. Try this. Throughout your day, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and say, "I am in harmony with life. I move with grace, not against it." The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. You will begin to notice small moments of grace everywhere. A kind word from a stranger, an unexpected blessing, a moment of peace in the middle of chaos. Another powerful practice is journaling. At the end of each day, write down one moment where you felt grace in your life. It could be something big or something small. The more you acknowledge it, the more you will attract it. Living in flow with grace is not about being perfect. It is about being present. It is about choosing love over fear, trust over doubt, surrender over struggle. And when you do this consistently, life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. You are not here by accident. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are on a journey, and every step, every challenge, every lesson, every moment of growth is leading you towards something greater. Grace is always with you. It is the unseen hand guiding you, the whisper of intuition, the quiet reassurance that you are loved beyond measure. No matter where you have been, no matter what you have been through, you are never alone. Right now, in this moment, take a deep breath and affirm, I am exactly where I need to be. I trust in life's perfect timing. I walk in grace. Say it again. Feel it in your heart. Let it become your truth. As you move forward, remember that grace is not something you have to chase. It is something you allow. Open your heart, trust in the journey, and watch as life unfolds in the most beautiful, unexpected ways. You are worthy. You are supported. And grace is already working in your life. All you need to do is say yes.